I gotta, no.
Oh, my bad. What's up?
I was going to start
Welcome
dancing.
to Level 857 Podcast.
What's up, y'all?
We are down a person today. If
Who?
you don't know,
Who's not here?
Turbo is not here today.
That's
Turbo's
right.
not
He's
here.
celebrating
Yes.
Valentine's.
Yes, it is Valentine's Day. So we have a special Valentine's Day themed show for you all today.
That's right.
But why don't we just introduce ourselves first?
Yes, I know.
No, they
I was gonna
don't. They
ask
don't
you.
know. They don't know.
Oh.
Who we are.
Well, if
That's
you
true.
watched the show before, you should know who we are. But if not, I go by the name of Stikz.
you were about to say YKC, weren't you?
Not at all.
You're right.
Not at all.
Yeah, of course
Not
you
at all.
know.
Nope.
Yes, you were.
I know which podcast this is. We have two podcasts, by the way.
Yeah.
But yes, Jason, a.k.a. Stikz.
Al, a.k.a. Alg857.
Eric, a.k.a. the 23rd Stallion.
Yep, and our gamer codes are right down there on the screen. If you're just listening, it is our names, basically.
Mhm,
So,
mhm, mhm.
Stikz. And like I said, read the screen.
Just read that.
Just read the damn
We're on
screen
YouTube.
if you're watching this.
We're on YouTube. Subscribe. All right. So we're not going to go through news right now. We're going to go through what games we are all playing currently.
Okay.
Who's
We'll
first?
start
I'll start
over
because
there.
I actually just finished streaming today.
Mhm.
I just started Tomb Raider Definitive Edition.
All right.
I played through like probably, what was it, 2 sessions, hour and a half, so like 3 hours, like 23% of the game in. Very cool. I like it. It's very, very visually pleasing.
Mhm.
Actually,
Action's
older
pretty
game
dope.
too.
Yeah, that's
It's like 5 years old.
Yeah.
the action's pretty dope. She just gets fucked up. Like she really just gets every scene. I'm like, she just
painful.
falls. She gets stabbed. She gets shot.
This
She
is the
gets,
reboot, man. They made her very tough.
She gets fucked up.
Goes through shit.
But you know what? The thing that bothers me though, because it's like,
You would die.
well, yeah,
Well,
because
so
she's in a tank top, right? The entire time,
Well.
and she just falls in the water, comes out, she makes herself a fire, and it's like, okay. Then it starts snowing, and she's still in this tank top.
Well, that's up to you because you have different outfits.
I know,
And
I
you
saw
can-
that,
you
but
can
like
put on a jacket.
storyline,
You could put on a coat.
I just changed it to that. To I think it said some archer's outfit. It's a pretty cool,
Mhm.
like slim fit.
It's like a Claire Redfield.
But it
something
doesn't.
like that.
But
something
the
like-
outfit doesn't have any effect in the game, though.
Nah.
It's not like a survival
So
type
she's
of game.
basically wearing that thing the
Yeah.
whole fucking game.
But that's her iconic, like, suit, though. That's,
Oh, it
that's
is.
her outfit. That's like Mario not wearing
She
the
need-
fucking overalls.
I was actually waiting for her after she like kills the first deer to like
To wear a
to
deer?
wear a deer while she's
Oh my
sleeping.
God.
You know,
we don't want to
like,
wear no damn deer.
Why the fuck not?
That's like, what movie was that shit with,
Luke
damn it,
Skywalker.
Empire Strikes Back when he killed that thing that goes
Oh.
and he fucking
He
sleeps
had
in
to hide
that
in there.
shit.
He never liked that scene. By the
No,
way.
he said Luke wouldn't chop off its arm.
Nah.
Like,
No, I was thinking of the other movie where it wasn't a deer. It was a fucking a horse.
a horse.
He rode fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. God damn it, man! It won. It
The
won.
beach.
Nah, man.
The beach. Stop
It
that.
took place in the with the Indians or whatever.
Mm.
Fuck,
Last
what
of the
was it?
Mohicans.
What the fuck is the name of the damn movie? It was a popular one, man.
I don't know. If you
He
guys
got
know.
he got an award for it.
Oh
time.
yeah, yeah.
What
it
the
was
hell? The Revenant. That was it.
Inception.
The Revenant. That was it.
he said
Inception.
Inception.
He killed the
Fucked
deer.
up
That?
the whole
Completely
thing up.
wrong. It was cold. There was snow there.
No, but the game is dope so far. I like it. I compare it a lot to Uncharted. I think Uncharted might have had slightly, actually Uncharted 4 had slightly better shooting mechanics.
You can't shoot for nothing.
No,
You
I
shoot like
know.
eight rounds a person.
No, I have very. I have, first of all, I have bad aim. Secondly, I did like the. However, the bow mechanics are dope.
It's fucking hell.
No, the bow mechanics are really, really
my
fucking
favorite.
cool. That's why I think I prefer the bow more than the gun. I'm like,
Hell
fuck
yeah.
the gun, man.
Hell yeah! I
I
stopped
don't even
using
care.
that.
I don't even care about this gun. And,
Yep.
Need a machine gun.
And
Stop using it.
my one. I hate how she holds the pistol, man.
That's because
Really?
of what's her name, Angelina Jolie.
Probably.
She can't hold
I just hate how she holds the pistol. But other than that, the game's fucking cool. After I
It's
finish
about
this one.
time you played it. After
Well,
all the Uncharted.
I have to.
I know,
I have
right?
to be in my mood. I have to be in my badass chick mood. And after I played with Chloe, I'm like, all right, I'm in the badass chick type mood, so I'll just ride it into Tomb Raider. You know, I'm weird with fucking games. I gotta be in the mood for the shit. But after one, I'll play two. But yeah, it's good so far. I like it.
I've recommended that for years. Damn it.
Yeah, just like Grand Theft 5, and it took me like 3 years to start playing that again.
And you're never
I'm
disappointed.
picky, man. I'm picky.
But
I
you're
don't
never
recommend
disappointed,
bad
though.
stuff.
No,
It's
I know
not like
gonna
you
be
ever
good.
play it and it's like, yeah, this game sucks.
I have to be in the mood though. Grand Theft, I have to be in the absolute mood to. I almost stopped 3 times playing that game because of some stupid work job with the forklifts and shit.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
I'm about to, and I said during the stream, I said I'm about to turn this off. This shit is not fun right now.
It has its moments.
No, it does. It does. then the assassination things happen. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I like this.
But Tomb Raider's got its moments too. It's got a lot of action set.
No, it's cool. No, it's cool.
But it's funny how Uncharted copied Tomb Raider to begin with, and then Tomb Raider took it back to copying Uncharted.
They're like, we could do it better, motherfucker.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's cool.
But it came out so much longer ago, though. Like, it was it's such an older.
I don't know if I'm saying this
for
a
the
little
time
prematurely, but I didn't see any too unrealistic jumps.
Oh yeah.
Like Uncharted.
Yeah.
Uncharted,
Yeah.
there's some unbelievable
Oh, because you could
yeah.
jump miles.
Yeah,
nonsense
Yeah,
jumps.
yeah.
I'm like, Chloe's not getting up this. I'm sorry. It's not happening.
Nathan Drake's a superhero.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no.
It's like,
Well, you got to count the gravity and the trajectory of
Yeah.
the angle,
That fucking
and you can,
yeah,
shit
and the
outta
grip
here.
and the nails and
Yeah.
the lead press on.
Fuck out of here.
yeah, man.
How do they still make lead press on?
I'm surprised you even brought that up right now.
Oh man,
my
show
God.
my age. So, so Al, what are you playing?
What am I playing? Actually, I haven't had much time because I have so many side projects I'm working on. There's really not that much time for me to really play games,
You've been playing
unfortunately.
like 8 games at once.
But well,
You just
yeah,
don't stream 'em.
I play.
Damn it.
No,
Yeah.
I don't stream anything. But because I'm working on stuff on the side actually for the channel. But I do play a lot, and I just started playing again because I want to enter a tournament. I'm serious about this. I do want to enter a Tetris tournament. So I've been playing a lot of Tetris.
You've been watching the
And
champs.
yeah, I've been watching a lot of YouTube classic Tetris, which is actually the hardest one to play.
Do they ever have tournaments here, like close in Long Island, New York?
I
or-
don't know, but if there is, I'd love to see where I rank. Where
You'd have to look it up.
I
If
have to
there's
look
any-
up.
It's not going to pop up.
If there's any at the Museum
Yeah.
of Aviation, like there was in that Smash Bros. Tournament when I got killed, I'll definitely let you know. Next time I'm coming back trained. Coming
Yeah.
for you cheesy bitches.
Yeah, I
you
gotta
think I'm
see-
retired? Nope.
Yeah, you're
Just
very
taking a
much.
little hiatus.
You got to see what
For all you haters. I'm sorry.
no, I want to see what other like other people's playing styles and stuff like that. And I was watching on YouTube. I'm like, there's actually a lot of different playing styles that I wasn't familiar with before. And I'm like, oh wow, that's interesting.
When you enter, we're
That's
gonna
interesting.
have it here on the channel.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
think like,
no, I'd like to
they
stream
think
that.
like 5 steps ahead. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they know which thing is coming up.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I watched it. It's pretty entertaining.
It is entertaining.
I
Surprisingly,
can't watch it
it's
for
entertaining,
long,
man.
but I've seen like a couple of them in a row.
I watched the last 4 world championships in Tetris, like from the last 4 years, and the same guy
Same
won.
guy.
It. Same guy. He won. He's a what is it? 7-time champion.
Steve Weeby. No,
No, man.
it's
I
not that guy.
forgot his. I forgot his.
Who the fuck is that?
That's
King
the-
Kong.
King Kong.
Steve Weeby. Didn't
He's a
they say
school teacher.
Didn't you say the motherfucker was like cheating? Like the guy, Donkey
His
Kong
name's
guy?
in there for something right now, but we'll figure that out soon.
Guinness World Record. What
Yeah,
about you, Jay?
The,
What do you
the
play?
record books are all messed up right now. Me, I am currently streaming Shadow of the Colossus remake, which is highly entertaining, and I am very happy with how that game turned out because I played the original, and the original was kind of ahead of its time, and it was bigger than the system it was on, so it kind of chugged the system. So now that they remade it and made it look as beautiful as it did then, but actually beautiful.
That was originally for PS2, right?
PS2, yes.
And then they
it had a
remastered it for
lot-
PS3.
Had a lot of fog, a lot of weird textures and stuff, and a lot of shortcuts to get through things. But then they remastered it for the PS3 with Echo. Didn't play that one. I played it for a little bit, like the first guy I fought, and I was like, okay, this looks just like how I remember it almost, but a little sharper. But this one, after I seen the comparison, I was like, oh, it's night and day. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculously beautiful.
You know, it's fucked up. I wish I had the PS2 version, never played it. I just never got around to playing it.
But there's no way.
I even bought the fucking remastered one on the PS3. Still haven't played it.
Oh my god.
Still haven't played it. I'm like, damn. And then this shit comes out, and I'm like, damn, this
Now
shit
you
looks
have
amazing. Now I have to fucking play it, man.
I
gotta play it.
recommended for Kev or Turbo to play
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
Years. And he's a Zelda fan, and they copied a lot of stuff from Shadow of the Colossus into the new Zeldas, and he refuses to play it because it's old. And I was like, all right, fine, you won't play it. They remastered it for you. No, I don't want to play it. I don't want to.
You know what's funny? Like the four of us play really different games. I just really play similar ones. Like I don't play anything you guys play.
No.
Like Shadow of Colossus doesn't intrigue me. Not because it's like
good.
It's just not my type of. It's not my type. I'm probably
it's
a
experiences.
weirdo when it
It's
comes to
experiences.
shit.
It's not about. It's about getting to that experience.
Yeah.
The world is pretty empty, so it's just like, okay, just let me get to this part, and then the music and everything just melds together and just makes this one experience for each of those bosses, and it's just weird. It's great. But
some
now
games I
Kip
like
has to play that.
Some games I enjoy like that.
Mm.
But then there's games that I don't like that you like.
Yeah.
That I'm just like I just don't get it. I feel like the guy in the art exhibit, like everyone's looking at the dot on the fucking, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's a masterpiece," and I'm just looking at it. It's just a fucking dot. I don't get it.
The center of the soul. You don't like the center of the soul.
Like what game was it that everybody talks mad shit about, and I bought it, and I'm like, yes, every fucking reviewer said this game was amazing. Flower,
the Legend of Zelda.
flower.
He said the legend. Oh,
Dude.
the hate is real.
Dude, Flower. You could beat the game in like 30
was great.
minutes.
The flower
See,
was
that's the
great.
thing.
Flower
I
was
don't
great.
get it. I don't get it. I didn't
was
get the fucking point of the game. I'm like,
It's
you
very,
just pedal.
It's a very zen feeling.
It's fucking.
It's not something you're gonna play and like, oh, I got up to the big leaf boss.
Dude.
Like, no, there's no boss.
I don't
It's
get
just-
the point of it though. There's no like, you don't die in the fucking
Well, you didn't
game.
like
You just-
Journey either. I love
Journey. That's another one. I was
love
like,
Journey.
Don't stop.
it looked
Yeah.
beautiful. The game looked beautiful, but I'm like, it has to lead to something, and then you beat the game, and it doesn't. It just credits roll, and I'm just
Oh, it's
like,
amazing.
I'm like,
It's amazing.
I can't fuck
It
with
was
shit
very
like
deep.
that. I don't,
It was
I don't,
very
I don't
deep.
fuck with shit like that.
dude, I don't get it. I gave it a chance, but
It was
I
like
just
the
don't get it.
rebirth. It was like the rebirth. You gotta
Yeah,
have a
it
different
starts.
belief.
It starts from the beginning again.
crazy.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, but my bad.
They're like, fuck.
Fuck. But everybody fucking played this shit, man. And if
It's-
you haven't played it,
Regardless of an ending or anything, it's an experience.
it is.
But yeah, I'm still playing that, and I'm also playing Nier Automata, but I'm not streaming that one because I wasn't sure how the game was for streaming as far as how big it was, and I don't like streaming very big open world games because it kind of I gotta stay entertaining during it, and if I'm not doing anything for like half an hour or just running around getting killed, I don't want to show y'all that. So I was playing it. I should have streamed it because I didn't really get stuck in it. It's pretty awesome. I love that game, but it's the oddest game I've ever played as far as how it's structured.
Very Japanese.
It's very
Right.
Japanese, but it's very like Devil May Cry type fighting, but it's very action based, but it's also an RPG. But it feels like I'm playing, like I beat it, right? I'm not gonna spoil anything. I beat it, and it at the end, there's another part.
Oh fuck! You ruined it. Hey,
What?
Spoiler. There he goes.
That's
No.
it. I'm never playing this again.
Thanks.
So
man,
listen,
thanks.
no, as the game, there's at least I think there's over 10 different endings in the game, different ways to do it. But it feels like it's a DLC, but it's already built into the game. So you know how if you play Shadow, what is it, the
War.
Shadow War? Yeah, if you played that and then you say, okay, there's a DLC for another character down the road, right? And then you play that part, and it's like a different part or a different perspective or something. This is already built into the game, so your next playthrough is from a different perspective of the same thing. And it's like, okay, and then it goes again, and then it's a different game completely, but the characters are in there, but you're another. It's weird. It's like another DLC,
Yeah.
and then there's more after that. So it's great, but I haven't seen a game done like that without it being paid downloadable content in that type of structure. And I haven't beaten it yet. I have to beat it 4 times in a row
Damn.
in order to get the real ending. And you find new story out while you do it each time.
Because it's that open world that you find new
But
shit.
it's not like I'm doing the same thing either. It's a different way of playing the game completely.
Wow.
And I've never seen anything like that. So if you have the time, do it. I mean, I beat the second time around. I beat it a lot faster because I didn't really.
Does it get shorter and shorter, or is it the same length?
You can do certain things, but like I said, you fight different bosses. You see different bosses. You get to certain things at different times, and then you see different things. But it's not like I was running around doing a whole bunch of stuff like the first time I played it. So I was like, okay, I'm going here. I'm going here. I'm going here. This is done. I'm done. Okay, finished. And then I got the other thing. I'm like, oh, this is totally different. But oh man, okay, I'm done. I'm done about that because I don't want to ruin anything. But
Yeah.
I'll go into more later. So let's get into the topic at hand today. So if you don't see, there's one little lone heart on the screen because it's Valentine's Day. It's very emotional. It's a very special day.
Hallmark holiday.
Yeah.
It's a
Where's
fake-ass
my
holiday.
damn chocolates?
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you're not out at dinner or Netflixing and chilling right now and you're listening to us, thank you. Thank you.
You know, we'll be
Yeah, nah,
at
man.
Valentine's.
Thank you, but what the fuck are you doing, man? You should be with your girl.
She could
Why
be
you
right
watching
there.
us right now?
She could be right there
Go
with
with
you.
your girl, man.
Go find the chick
Fuck are you
outside
doing?
in the street.
Y'all both could be watching right now. Thank you. Thank you both.
Just walk up to a chick, be like, "Hey, you play games?"
Nice pickup line.
So, Valentine's Day centric episode. So, we're going to talk about best female male duo in a video game, whether that be
Yeah.
relationship or just team, whatever.
Partners.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we're going to go through a list of
Are-
some games that have that dynamic.
We taking turns going around.
I'm going to go off what you guys say. I don't really have many.
I
But-
have 10.
I'm sure you guys picked many of them that I was going to. So, let's go
I'm
discuss.
pretty sure that I
I
got
have
a
a
lot of
couple.
similars.
I think this might be my favorite out of all of them.
What
What's
would
that?
that be?
Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine.
Oh
of
shit! I don't
Resident
have
Evil.
that. I don't have that.
Mhm.
Aren't they
That's a
brother and
good
sister? Nah.
Hell man, that's incest. Nice.
Oh man,
It's almost a Jill sandwich.
no, that's horrible. Yeah, so
What with
so
Barry
dis-
and
throw, throw Barry in there.
Barry. Yeah.
And his horrible daughter.
and Rebecca.
Yikes.
God.
Yikes.
That's gonna that bad voice acting is gonna be in.
That
some
should be
part.
in everything.
Are you gonna go through the entire list or just give that one?
No, I'm
and
gonna
then-
give that one, and
and then next.
well, I mean, I gotta talk about them. I mean,
Oh.
I'm not gonna just name them and just be
Nah,
done
man.
with
That
it,
way
you
we
know?
can we can end this, man. We gotta
Well, the dynamic of them was more what teammates, right?
partners.
I would say more partner.
They didn't have no like love.
You know what they
interest, did
reminded me of?
Hmm.
I don't watch I know they revamped it, but the X Files. Mulder and
Mulder and
Scully.
Scully.
Yeah, it reminded me of that. Early.
Okay.
I think they hooked up now. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
they
like
did. They
back
hook
back
up
in
all
the
the time.
Wow,
back in
man.
the day, it was more of just partners.
They had
but,
that tension.
but yeah, it'd be like a little subtle hints.
Yeah.
I don't know if Resident Evil's ever done that between them. Maybe. Maybe
Yeah.
like when one of them's in trouble, the other one would be like, oh my god, like, and they react in a way like it's their girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. Like when what was it? It was a flashback sequence in part 5 when they showed Jill and Chris going after Wesker, and I think Wesker, someone got tackled off a cliff. Who was it? It was Jill. Jill tackled Wesker off the cliff.
Yeah.
And Chris, was very traumatized from that because he, hasn't seen Jill and thought Jill died, blah blah blah. And then she comes back
In the movie.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that scene
Yeah.
was in the movie.
That scene was in the movie?
the
It
scene
was.
where she was. The what happens after?
Damn,
Yes.
you just shit all over it by bringing up the movie. The movie fucking stinks. I don't care anybody out there who likes that. That series stinks.
There was so much tension in
No,
the
it's
movie.
horrible.
it's
No,
one of
it
those series that's so bad it's fun to watch because it's so bad.
No, I just hate it.
I like it. I like
I
watching
hate
it because it's so bad.
I hate it.
The acting, everything's bad, but it's entertaining still.
But yeah, they always. I think they were a pretty cool team. Also, they were dope in what was it? They were also a DLC for either part.
6.
Was it part 6?
I think it was 6.
I think it might have been 5.
No, it was
DLC in
5.
5?
I think so.
It
When
was 5.
when it was more like exploration.
Oh
the two
yeah,
of them.
maybe yeah.
Yeah, and that was really fucking cool. Really, really cool. Oh, because it was leading up to
6 had
Yeah.
Red Chris in it, right? Wasn't he in it? He had like the
Yes.
real.
Yeah, it
yes,
was.
yes,
He had, like
yes,
the
yes.
normal Resident
Chris
Evil.
Yeah, he had
Redfield
that-
and the other chick.
we call him Call of Duty, Chris Redfield.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Chris.
Because every time
Action.
you picked him, it was just war.
Action.
No, that was that new guy, the son of Wesker.
No,
or
his was
something.
like Kung Fu.
He had
He
like
was
a,
a
we had like a
bodyguard.
Call of Duty one.
He was like
He
a
had Call of
wrestling.
Duty.
No, that was
No,
close.
he was he was like a
He was
wrestler.
a hand to hand.
It was a hand to
Nah.
hand. He
Hand-to-hand
still
guy.
got guns and stuff, but he still had hand to hand.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's not talk about this game.
yeah, I know. They went a little crazy with it, but no. They're probably one of my favorite male female duos or couples in video games. But,
Okay.
But yeah, that's just my first one.
Damn.
What do you got?
I gotta go with the obvious. Everybody probably has this shit on their list. Mario and Princess Peach.
I forgot them. No, I'm just kidding.
No, man, yeah.
Wait, isn't it Toadstool? Well, who's this Peach
Princess
person?
Toadstool
Peach. Princess Peach. Let me stop now.
Princess Peach.
Nah, man, they're the iconic couple, man. You know,
Are they a couple?
I was just about to say.
well, he's
Are
always
they-
he's
are
always
they a
chasing.
couple?
Well, all right, Mario's the iconic rapist. Let me stop.
Damn.
He's the
another
iconic
game.
sex offender.
That's a different game completely.
He's
that was
trying
my
to
game
chase
on,
her. He's chasing her and chasing. He's always trying to capture her.
that was Braid.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
a different game.
Yeah,
But
it could be Mario though. Let me stop. What
It
if they
could
did
be.
that shit?
They had some. They had some jokes in there about it.
Has he
Oh.
ever kissed her before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what game?
3, right?
Donkey Kong. Let me
Never
stop.
kissed her in 3.
She kisses him. It's not a mouth kiss.
Like a kiss on the cheek.
A kiss on the nose. That's as far as they go, man.
Yeah, it's
Saved
it's
it.
for kids,
If
man.
anyone out there thinks that, like, if a chick kisses you on the nose
You
or,
saved her ass.
or on the cheek, that this is your girlfriend now. Stop.
Come on. And,
for
and
kids,
Donkey
man.
Kong, and Donkey Kong, Penelope, or whoever, wasn't it?
Who?
Who's the girl in
There's a
Donkey Kong?
girl in Donkey Kong?
She's the
Yeah,
mayor of
She's the mayor in the new one.
New Donk City.
Isn't it Penelope? I think it is.
No,
I think so. I think so. Well, if I'm wrong,
I'm trying to remember the
Okay.
name.
but I think he was getting, like, they would pull the curtain down or whatever. Paulette. Maybe. Starts with a
Pauline
P.
or Paul. Yeah,
Pauline, Paulette, whoever.
but
I think
yeah,
they
she's
used to get down though. back in the Atari days.
Yeah.
See, I've always gotten weirded out with Mario and Peach because it's always been weird.
Because Bowser be like
You know,
stealing her all the
Well,
time.
well, Bowser's always like made his intentions clear, like we're getting married.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
not
trying
a,
to. I'm
he's not a
trying.
human.
I
He's
know.
he's a lizard.
I know, but
It's disgusting.
but
No.
Mario's a plumber, so I don't.
what
What do you-
bothers me about the couple is, well, I don't even know if I should use that
Yeah, I don't
term.
know if it's a couple.
But
Like I can't call them a couple.
Peach looks like closest to like a real person,
Mhm.
and then Mario looks like a fucking midget cartoon. Like it just doesn't. They don't
little,
look
little
good.
person. Little person.
I'm sorry.
Stubby.
I don't know
A
what else. I mean,
stubby-
a stubby
chibi version.
a
of
stubby
human.
cartoon character. No, but they just like he's short and she's taller than him. It just they don't look like they just don't look like a couple, man.
But
that
the
just
thing
goes
is,
together. But
and
they-
he's never made his intentions like he was going after her, like in a sexual way, or like I want to
Right.
get married to Peach. No,
No.
Bowser's been trying to get that.
Yeah.
And he'll save her, and you'll be like, all right, I saved you.
yeah.
Nothing happens. And how many
Yeah.
games have they had? No kids. That means there's no like relationship
Yeah.
there. There's no kids or marriage whatsoever. The man just run around going through pipes and throwing hats.
There's
and-
been no Mario Jr. There was definitely
Yeah,
Donkey Kong.
yeah,
Donkey
there's no-
Kong had magic.
There's been a Mario baby. There's been a baby Mario, but that was him.
Pac-Man. was
You know
getting it.
what?
Yeah,
Pac-Man
everyone
was
else is getting it. Everyone's getting it except
You
for
know
Mario.
what? You know what's fucked up? This is a weird comparison, but I just thought of this now. Jackie Chan. He never.
Jackie Chan.
Does he ever get like laid in any of his fucking?
He says
movies?
No.
he's not good enough for that.
I kiss a chick did kiss him.
Didn't he have that?
But
chick?
he never had kids though, in
Gorgeous?
the movie. He never had like kids. He never had like.
No,
a
he never
friend.
had no family.
That's what I'm
Actually,
saying,
in the
like-
new one, he did have a family, and
When?
They killed his family.
Him.
Yeah. New one. Very new. Yeah.
So see,
Wow.
there you go. It's a
Mario-
good
Mario's-
And how many movies has he been in?
But
God damn it, man.
Mario's been in more.
Yeah,
that's true.
And he's
That's
had
true.
no sexual
That's true.
anything with Peach.
one. Wait, speaking of
Except for
speaking
that
of-
shirt. Except for that shirt I got you.
I know that's the only evidence where he's raping. He's got it on
So
his
it's never
shoulder.
been Princess
Mad
Toadstool Mario. Like she's never gotten even close to Mario.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
But what's Miss Pac-Man's last name for real? Like what's Pac-Man's name? Because it's Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
That's a last name.
That's his name.
Miss Pac-Man it's not Mr. Jason.
No,
like,
it's Pac-Man. Pac-Man.
It doesn't go that way.
Mr. Jason.
That's not my name. It
No,
goes
it's-
last name. So Pac-Man's the last name.
No, it's his last name and his first name.
Pac-
Remember Mario Brothers movie? Remember it was
Mario.
Mario.
Puckman. Puckman.
It's Pac-Man. Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Not Pac-Man. Pac-Man.
No, it's Fuckman.
It's not
Puckman.
Puckman either.
Jesus. All right, man. We'll
So-
get what's another game? What's another game?
Wait. So
Wait, we're
Luigi.
still on this?
Luigi has no girlfriend, does he? Is Daisy his girlfriend?
No, Luigi ain't getting shit
No,
either.
man.
Neither one of them.
Nah,
Is
neither
he
one
like
of them.
regulated to his girlfriend or just no one?
No, these dudes just hang out with these chicks.
He doesn't even get a kiss on the nose.
He doesn't get anything.
She's like, "Thank you, Luigi."
As bad,
It's
you know
over.
what? As
It's
bad as the
over.
Mario Brothers movie was, at least Luigi got something from the movie.
Did he? I know.
Yeah. He
got a
I don't know
paycheck.
anything about that.
No,
He got a paycheck.
He got what's
paycheck.
McCall? He was with the other chick.
I don't know this.
There was no proof of this.
I don't know this.
I don't
Watch
know
the
this.
movie because
But Luigi's more
Mario
regular
wasn't getting
size.
anything.
Ma-
Mario-
Luigi's more regular size. Even
Right.
Toad has Toadette.
What?
Everyone,
There's a Toadette?
there's a Toadette.
Really?
She was pink. Yeah.
But is there any kisses? Any?
I don't want to see this.
No, I mean, like, is there any interest? Is it just, hey, I saved you, now let's just...
Well,
No.
Luigi has no idea. At least Mario can explain where babies come from. If you ever look it up on YouTube, watch how Mario explains.
I'm not going there.
Explains to Luigi
I'm not going
where
there.
babies. It's the funniest thing ever.
I'm not going there at all.
So at least he knows.
Mm.
I don't think he doesn't know. He doesn't know at all.
I'm
if
not-
you ever listen to it, he doesn't know what he's talking about at all.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not going there. I'm getting another
Christ.
beer. I need another beer for
Christ
this.
Almighty,
I
I'm
can't
good.
even.
So I don't have a lot. I'm just gonna name my favorite couple
Mm.
from a video game.
Favorite.
My favorite. So there was a game back in the day.
Mm.
I got a remake.
What system?
It was for PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1.
Yes.
All
We've
right.
all played it, I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit.
Stop
I
looking.
need-
Stop looking.
I need to take a guess.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. It was originally a side-scrolling old school game from like the Amiga systems. Like for every system. It's been on every system. The old school game. But then they remade it. And it had one of the most charming situations with a female and a male
Hmm.
in game that I've ever played.
PlayStation 1?
PlayStation 1.
Yep.
Oh, wait. It's been made for Amiga days.
Yeah.
I think
mean,
I might. I think I might.
Everything has come out for everything.
Start with a P.
I'm going Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
Prince of
Oh, was that?
Persia.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's on my that was on my list.
Prince of Persia.
Sands of Time.
Sands of Time.
I have that
had
on my, yeah, that's
one of the most endearing stories I've ever seen, and the coolest quips between two characters I've ever seen in a game.
Yeah.
And they really butchered it in the movie.
No,
So
I agree, man.
I think it would have been like that was. I really felt for those characters
Yeah.
the way they did it, and the Sands of Time is like it's a great story. It's a great story. I'm not gonna ruin it if you didn't play it, but
I beat it
definitely
too,
play
and I
it.
forgot. I know there was a
No,
lot.
it was dope.
There was a
It
lot of
was great.
dialogue.
It was
between
funny.
The two of them.
It was great.
It was funny.
It
as
was
Like
hell.
they actually felt like they belonged together.
They did a lot
No,
of
because
funny,
it was like one of those
back
like
and
those
forths.
chick flicks where like the guy and the girl, they hate each other in the beginning,
Yeah.
and the guy's just trying to do his shit.
You mean Mad Mardigan and Sorsha?
Pretty much.
From Willow.
Pretty much.
Watch it if you've never seen it.
No, it's like they hate each other, and then by the end of the fucking movie or by the end of the game, it's like, oh, you're rooting for them.
Without
Yeah.
you,
Oh,
dwell in darkness.
Stop that.
but
But yeah, that's
um,
definitely one of them up there that I could think of that had
all
a
right,
good.
that's on my
good
list too.
duo.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Cool.
I thought about putting that, but I thought one of y'all would have that, so
Yeah.
I
I
got that.
refrained from doing it. All right, so I guess I'm up. Not
Yes,
much-
sir. Put the obvious ones out, man.
Okay, so you got rid of
We got rid of Mario, Peach,
Mary and Peach are gone.
Prince of Persia's gone.
All right, actually, might as well jump to another obvious.
Resident Evil.
Princess Peach.
Let's might as well get Link and Zelda out there.
Ah, good. That's on my list. All right, good.
Good. Link.
Get that shit out of it.
Link
Now,
and Zelda.
I have
Isn't he Zelda?
I have
Yeah,
a
right.
I have a similar issue with Link and Zelda that I did with Mario and Peach.
At least they're together.
Are
There's no
they
question. Yes.
together?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
have
are.
been together.
But in when?
Link 2.
Link 2, like,
When you like
From-
they dropped the curtain.
From Captain
Yeah.
Ed.
and she kisses him.
Yeah.
But that is the only time.
Nah, there's a lot going.
Excuse me.
And in the show, they were a definite arguing couple.
Well, no, they were obviously like an arguing couple, but like
They're
were
never
they-
gonna show you. It's for
Well,
kids.
no, I know, but I mean, like, all right, Zelda 1, Zelda 3, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess.
What is it? Rule
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess.
what is it? Rule 34 or 42? What is it? I don't want to look it up. But yeah, it's
I
there.
forgot.
It's out there.
I forgot, man.
It's a
Breath
rule.
of
Damn
the
it,
Wild. Well, like you played Breath of the Wild. Like
Breath of the Wild.
like
yeah.
what? Besides part 2, has there
So
any been?
there's different timelines. There's some where he is boyfriend and girlfriend with her,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's others where she's just a princess and he's like this lowly soldier who has to save her. I mean, that's what it is. So, like in the newer ones, I don't think they
But
really
it's some
link up. Link
I
up
like that. I
like
like that.
that.
I think
So-
it's some bullshit though, because like he's supposed to be like
Listen, if you're going through a war solo to save someone a singular person of the opposite sex,
And you don't give it up?
and you
What the
save
hell?
the world.
Listen, has Link ever had any kids, any descendants? No.
I mean,
No kids.
The Minish Cap.
Yeah, the
He's
Minish
had
Cap.
no- what the fuck is
Yeah,
the Minish Cap?
There's Kid Link.
It's handheld. You don't play them shit.
They don't count.
There's
they do.
There's Child Link.
It's part of the.
They
It's
just
part of
named
the
them same
timeline.
thing.
We need Kev to chime in.
It's part of the timeline.
We need FaceTime Kev.
The ones that don't count are probably
Yeah, let me see if you
Yeah.
think I can FaceTime him.
no. Leave
No,
Kevin
man.
alone.
Yo, what
It's
if
Valentine's
Yo,
Day.
what if he was at dinner like, yo, listen, yeah, I think look,
He would too.
no, he,
He'd get a divorce.
He'd be drunk.
yeah, that would
He'd be
be-
drunk as
right
hell.
after.
Hold on. They're talking about Link.
Hold on. Let me my whole thought on Lincoln's. Oh, Lincoln is the manliest man in the world, and I love Lincoln.
He'd be filling out divorce papers in the morning.
I'm surprised he hasn't called in.
Like,
once
holy
he saw,
shit.
Once he saw the Zelda hearts on the screen,
Yeah,
there,
seriously.
Yeah.
you know he was gonna call like, oh, what's going on?
Yo,
Yeah.
if you're watching Terp, call in right now.
Yeah.
Call in for a quick answer.
Terrible.
Oh
So
man.
let's go another. What do you got?
Oh man. All right. Let me put on another obvious one. Snake and Marrow.
Ah,
From
good.
Metal
I
Gear
have
Solid.
that also.
Merrill.
Yeah, man.
Merrill.
I mean, if you remember that scene, everybody remembers. And
What, in her panties?
when she was running,
She was running around.
when she was running, and he fucking was staring at, and they zoomed in on
Oh,
her
when he
ass.
said, "Dude."
Yeah, staring at her ass.
It
I
was
was like,
stupid.
damn, what a fucking pervert this motherfucker is, man.
Nah, he thought
Government
it was the dude, though.
Hey,
espionage.
listen, he could die
And a
tomorrow.
perv.
He could die in 10 minutes. You gotta get your last shot of
This mother-
ass
yeah.
before
Come on, man.
you die.
Remember
His ass
that
is
game?
right
you
about
you
to
can go in the
dice.
locker and look at the half naked
yeah, the
chicks
fucking-
anyway.
yeah, the
Like, that
poster.
game was perverted anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
mad
that's
perverted.
not. That's
Did
not
they ever kiss or anything? No, right?
Kojima.
I think it faded out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
They
did.
did?
They
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
They did. Yes, they did. But they didn't really show
they're
it.
not gonna show it.
Wait, was she in? Because I didn't play. I only watched one. I played half of one and watched it. Played through two. Didn't play through three. But Merle, obviously, that was a prequel, so she wasn't in that. But in the last one, she was in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't play four.
No, in five. I mean,
I
four.
didn't
I'm
play-
sorry, four. My bad.
Four.
My bad, man.
Four. She was in it. Yes.
Four. She was in it, right?
She was
Really?
in it.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. Also, it was
Four
a monkey.
was dope.
But she
man.
was still a lot younger
Also, it was
than
a
him,
monkey
right?
and a guy, and I stopped playing.
No, she's the same age. The thing is, Fox Die made
Him
it,
age
it
fast.
rapid.
Made him age,
It
yeah.
rapid his aging process, so it made it a lot quicker.
You turned to Nick Nolte.
He did.
Yeah,
no,
no,
he
he
did.
He's like, what are these carrots in the ground? Let me get these carrots.
Turned into the.
These are
dude-
fresh carrots.
Who's the dude who was
It
in
was a dope game,
Escape
though.
from New York?
Snake Plissken,
Yeah, that's who
Kurt
they.
Russell.
Kurt
Yeah,
Russell.
they made him into Kurt
Yeah,
Russell like
yep.
now though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Like you really want to play the part.
yeah.
He
could do that.
These carrots. Let me get these carrots.
He's still around, isn't he? Yeah,
What if they
yeah.
did a Metal Gear movie and they had
They
it?
are.
They
I mean,
thought
I heard
about
they
it
were.
50 million times.
Yeah,
I
but
heard they're
I
still
don't know if
gonna-
they're ever
But I
gonna
don't think
do
they're
it.
gonna do an old one.
I don't think they'll do it.
To me, you know
Kurt
what?
Russell would
You know
be
what they
dope,
really,
though.
even though I think I might have mentioned it in the remake podcast, they really need to do Metal Gear 1 over.
I
Just
wish
do
they would
part
make
1.
all of them over.
Why not?
Like,
Yeah.
just
Part
make them
one.
new again.
Part 1 would be crazy.
After all these remakes and what they're
Well,
doing
if they
with
did,
them.
if they did Shadow of Colossus,
They
like
gotta
that from the
stop
ground
doing-
up.
They gotta
Exactly.
leave. They gotta leave this Metal Gear Solid alone. They gotta stop remaking that. That's they've already did it twice. GameCube was fucking amazing when they redid it. Just redo the
But
first one
they
on
only
Nintendo.
did it for GameCube. That shit's fucked
Yeah,
up.
it's true.
But
They
that-
never did it for any other. They
Port
ne-
it. Port that same
Nah,
one.
do it
over.
Well,
over.
because
Do
they
it over
had
again.
It's like do it over.
they had the
over.
rights for it, so that they could only have
Especially-
it on Nintendo.
But Konami's
GameCube.
dead, so fuck them.
I know, right?
Well, wasn't Snake with Boss 2
Mm-hmm.
in part 3?
Yeah.
That was a thing too. Yeah, she was cool. I love that one. That was probably my favorite.
Next game.
Surprisingly. Which one I was gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say Earthworm Jim and the Queen.
Oh man! What
no,
the hell?
Earthworm Jim and who?
Yo, and the Queen,
And fucking who?
the
No,
fat ass Queen,
With
Ew!
fat
Nah.
nasty shit.
No, it wasn't. She was the bad girl. Like what was it? Princess Slug Four Butt or
Fuck
Queen
that.
Slug
Slug
Four
Butt.
Fuck out of here.
That shit is nasty.
Nah, it was a princess, but I forgot her name. No, forget them.
I'm about to say
Oh my
that
God.
better be
Come
a
on,
joke because
man.
I ain't got nothing for
I'm
that.
like, what?
Earthworm Jim and who?
Yikes!
No, I mean there's another.
Wow.
that was a good one.
That shit out of here.
No, all right. I already said it, but I'll say it again because it's a funny story and I want to talk about it. So Braid.
I was, I actually was hoping you would bring that up.
I never
Because
played it.
It's a very interesting dynamic
very
of a
take.
game.
It's
No,
a
I
weird take on what it
Yeah.
is.
And it makes me think of Princess and fucking Mario.
He's a creep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
creep.
So you're playing as a guy who you think is like.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I mean,
because
it's like,
you can't describe the story without.
If you read the story,
spoiling.
even in the beginning, it alludes to a certain thing. But yeah, spoiler. I'm going to talk about the game. If you want to skip like a minute or two, it's fine. But you probably, if you didn't play it by now, you probably won't play it. But it's about a guy. He's a corny looking guy. He looks like a
Willow.
businessman Mario Willow like Link type like 8-bit Link. Like they look like they all combined. And he has this tie. He looks corny. But you think that it's like pretty much like a Prince of Persia Sands of Time
Damsel in distress.
mechanic because you play with time and you can rewind it and everything.
Right.
Damsel in
But
distress.
there's a chick who's kidnapped, you know, kind of like Princess Peach. Kind of makes it feel like it's a Mario game with that little rewind twist. As you get deeper in the game, it's a weird story because it's about like a war, like an atomic, like the actual story. If you ever go into what the story's about, it's about an atomic bomb.
Oh shit.
And it's like I delve deep into that story, and it's like, oh wait, all this stuff is like a metaphor for a bomb, but he's after the chick. But when you
Just sum it up, man. It's an
No,
easy summary.
no, I'm going right to the end. When you get to the chick, you're running after her, and she looks like she's running for help and everything. She's asking for help and stuff. But when you get to the end of the part, like I said, spoiler, you hit rewind, and she's actually running away from you and running to the guy who you think is the bad guy to help her get away from you
But
because
he-
you're the stalker
Damn.
going after her.
And he's saving her. So
Yeah.
you think you're the fucking guy trying to save her,
It's like a.
and he's the bad guy.
it's
So
like
it
a
reverses
black,
everything.
It's like a Black Mirror episode.
exactly.
Pretty much.
So if you haven't, it's a hard ass game too. But that is a weird dynamic for
Creeps go through a
anything.
lot, man. Stalkers go through a lot.
That's never been done as far as I know in a game.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it blew my mind.
That's like shit.
I was
Wait,
like,
I'm
yo,
a fucking
almost-
creep. I don't want to play this shit no more.
Yeah.
I was like, I almost saved it. Wait, I can't get up there. Rewind. Oh, wait, come back. Wait. It was terrible, but it was a great game. So that was that one. So
Okay. Interesting.
yeah, so skip a minute.
Interesting.
And I didn't spoil it for you, but
Fascinating.
Look it up.
Fascinating.
Creepy. Fascinating.
You're a fucking creep.
he's so corny.
All right.
He's so corny.
Eric, what do you got, man?
I got Ellie and Joel from Last of Us.
That's disgusting.
No,
That's disgusting.
Hey, listen, they're teammates. All right, it's not.
That's a
it's not-
fucking big age gap, yo.
It's
Father and daughter.
it's a
Yeah, that's a father and daughter.
That's a father and daughter relationship.
Until she gets older.
No,
Wow.
no.
just,
It's like I get older.
You just had to wait.
She stays the same.
you know what it
had to
reminds me of?
Punky Boost.
No,
Damn.
I was watching. I was.
That's
It's getting
old
dark.
age.
It's
fucking
getting
reference.
dark.
This is a cartoon.
No, reminds me of the if you ever watched the show The Walking Dead, reminds me of season 4. There was an episode where the prison gets attacked, everyone's scattered, and it's just Beth and it's Daryl in one
Oh,
episode.
jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me. It's a giant age gap,
50 years old.
but there's a
Damn.
and it makes you wonder, like, all right, is there any sexual anything going on? And it like there's little.
she was actually 30 though, but
No,
she was
yeah,
playing like
no,
an 18
but in
year
the
old.
show she's 18, and I think Daryl might have been a tad younger than he was in real life.
He was like
Still.
48.
Still though, man.
No, but in the scene,
Oh.
no, in the long episode scene, there's little things that you're thinking, is there anything sexual going on, or are they just bonding? Even though there's a big age gap, or are they just bonding? She's trying to look for some
And
booze.
the world, man, things are different.
Yeah, no, that's what, because same thing with Last of Us.
Yeah.
So it's like, are there little things here and there, or is there some things that are okay, or is it just more of a, is the guy, since he's always older, is it more of a, all right, you're younger, let me try to take care of you, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, is there still any, like, it's a weird dynamic, and they kind of did the same hints that they did in Last of Us that they did in that episode.
It can get creepy.
I didn't see
Yeah.
that. I didn't see. You know.
You gotta watch that episode. That episode is
No,
it's-
I'm
it's-
saying
it-
from The
yeah,
Last of Us. I'm
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, I didn't get much sexual.
I didn't get
from it.
that vibe at all.
It
I
was
got
more
the
of a daughter.
Yeah, I got
like
more
a
of a
thing.
daughter vibe.
protecting his like an
Yeah.
adopted daughter basically.
But at the
But you
same,
still had that bond feeling.
And
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that was because his real in the game.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. That was because what happened in the game
Okay. No
to
spoiler.
him.
No spoiler.
So
but
you understand why he.
but
he's
they have
like that.
they have great chemistry, the two of them. As it
Yeah.
kept going, because it started off, them yelling at each other. Oh, you're just super. I'm fucking take this
Right.
kid with me. This and that. as time goes on,
Right.
I gotta take care of this chick. I gotta take care of it. And then, spoiler alert, as it goes towards the end of the game, it could turn out that she can cure this thing. And he's like, nope, you're not sacrificing her to fucking cure this thing.
Spoiler.
I'm taking her. So it's like he selfishly did that because it's like I guess he pictured it as, oh shit, I'm gonna be losing my daughter again
To save the world.
to save the world. I don't want to do that. So
Right.
What a decision.
yeah. So it's like that's why I love what they did with The Last of Us, and that's why I'm dying for part 2 to see how that, because she's older.
Mm-hmm.
She's older now, so
She has a guitar.
She has guitar.
We know nothing.
Yeah, we know
We know
damn
nothing.
thing. Except for that second trailer, which was fucking spooky and uncomfortable as shit.
Can't wait
Did
for
you
it.
see it?
Can't
Yeah.
wait for it. I saw it.
I was
Oh, yeah.
I was uncomfortable as fuck.
Can't
Oh,
wait
yeah.
for it, man.
I know, but a lot of these fucking games. But yep, I like their dynamic, and I like the two of them.
And how about you, Al? What you got there?
Trying to get all the fucking easy ones out the way. Nathan and Elena from Uncharted. You have that on your list, right?
Uh-huh.
I have Nathan Drake with Elena and Chloe.
Yeah.
He
I like the
gets
dynamic
around.
more. I like the dynamic more with Elena though.
I think that's more predictable in terms of like, especially for the
'Cause they were-
Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's
They're
like
very similar characters.
well,
They're very similar.
it's more of like the regular predictable action movie.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, blah blah blah! I'm just doing this, blah
But
blah
how
blah.
many times-
fall in love, and then
How many times in
Right.
a game do they actually like portray a husband and wife tandem? Not much.
No.
Not on the same level.
Not really.
No.
No, they don't.
I can't name any
Yeah,
at all.
No.
I mean, yeah, they don't. I mean, maybe the last one they kind of did.
No. I'm saying in
Yeah.
Uncharted
Mm.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in any other game it's like, oh, that's my wife. She's not in the game. She's
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
she's
yeah.
not, she's not, then the wife's
Yeah.
never really involved in
Yeah.
the same kind of grime. I mean, the two of them, don't get me wrong, they work.
Yeah.
But and also you throw in Chloe's dynamic with Nathan also is kind of it's like a monkey wrench into
It's like a love triangle.
yeah
basically.
in a sense
Yeah.
I remember I think it was part 2 maybe it was 2
Mm-hmm.
and
No, it was 2.
he was conflicted
Yeah.
and Chloe's just like just go to her. Well,
Yeah.
I know where this is going. Like,
Yeah.
like basically, don't go to me. I'm fucked up and crazy and
Yep.
selfish
Right.
and into my own shit. You don't want to fuck with me, so just go to your stereotypical happy ending,
Mhm.
blonde, blue-eyed, happy life type thing. Because Chloe, which as you see, spoiler alert, in the Uncharted Lost Legacy, they dip into her character a lot more,
Yeah.
and why she is the way she is and stuff
Yep.
like that. And,
She's fucked up.
and she's
Playing that soon. Stop it.
the actress. No, it doesn't ruin anything. But I mean, the actress
it
does a
doesn't.
really good job at portraying her and stuff like that. And it's cool. Like you actually give a shit. It's like, oh wow, you've seen this character for like the past couple of games, and you kind of get down to the root because she's kind of like the mystery
Yep.
character.
It takes a
amongst
while
everything.
She grows on you though. 'Cause
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the beginning, I'm like,
the first one she looked weird.
I
In
like
the other games she looked weird as far as her
in
art.
in Lost Legacy.
They
it
did it right.
takes a
They did
while.
it right. In
Her
the
eyes used to
last
look
one.
creepy. In the old games, like she looked like a zombie.
that's-
She looks like she's like 5 different races, and like she could be Spanish, she could be white, she could and then she's got the accent, so it's like I don't know what the fuck she is.
Is that? That's not because they released it as a standalone game, but
Yeah.
like, was it originally like DLC?
DLC. It's a DLC.
It is DLC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
It's
it was but it's its own fucking game.
No,
though.
no, it's a
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's
Like,
a
it's a
good
complete
No, it's a good
fucking
standalone.
game.
It's a good standalone.
It seriously is though.
It's
like,
a good standalone.
for a DLC, that shit is like
Absolutely.
well worth the money, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well worth it.
Absolutely.
Even now, if you haven't played it, I highly recommend that shit, man.
All right, fine. I'll
Very,
play.
very good.
I shall try it.
Very, very good.
No, it's good.
If you like 4,
You could check out my stream on the channel.
if you like 4, if you
check
like
it
Uncharted 4, you definitely like Lost
Uncharted 4,
Legacy.
which I also streamed on the channel, and part 2 and 3.
All right, what else you got now?
Oh, that's it. You done?
Wait,
You got more?
you said.
I said.
So
oh,
so
I
you're
was the
next.
one
You're
that
next.
said
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So what do you got?
I was
What
like,
do you
did it go around already that fast?
Well, it's because we had the same one, so it kind
Yeah.
of like yeah.
I have one
Okay.
more. I have one more.
Okay.
So it's gonna be Clementine. Well, Clementine and shit. What's his name? What's his name? Is it,
For part 1 or 2?
one.
Lee.
Lee.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
Lee.
I'm like, if it's from 3, I can't help you, dude.
No,
I didn't
no.
play that one.
I have so many names in my head, but yes,
That's a good one. That's
Yes.
actually a very good one.
Lee and Clem.
Definitely anything romantic. in
No,
terms
no,
of
no.
the two of
That's
these.
not romantic at all. That's another father-daughter
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
But as
Great-
far as duo
great
and
chemistry.
as far as what as far as feels for what they're going through, that's definitely
Great chemistry.
it's definitely chemistry there.
Like
So,
need to be brought to a TV show type.
I wish
chemistry.
it was a damn TV show. I wish it was something.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that
it's
was,
up to season 3 now,
that was very
and
good.
I played them all. But Lee, I need that character on like for real on like a show. It has to happen
Nah, that
because it was great.
yeah,
And
that-
I didn't even know what the hell to expect in that game. Like you just play as him, you're like, oh, whatever. And then she pops out. I'm like, who's this person? I don't care at all. And then it's like, don't you dare touch her. Don't you dare kill her. I will break this freaking system in half.
Damn.
So that is a definite one that you have to check out if you didn't ever see something like that.
Yeah. No,
But,
that's a good one. Definitely a very good one.
But
Very-
that's all the ones I have. I don't know how many more you guys
I got
have.
like maybe 2 and 2 honorable mentions.
I got 5 more, but
damn now.
the ones that I have,
We're gonna
I
be here
know.
till 10 tonight.
Well, no, there's 2 of them that you guys played,
Mm.
or at least one of you guys have played, and then the rest are like really obscure games that I know I played. I don't know if you
The
guys
rest aren't
played.
even really important ones. They're just kind of just.
Okay. Well,
Like-
just
Well, these
shoot-
are big.
shoot 'em.
These are big
Go for
name games, but the ones that I'm going to mention. But I don't know if you guys have played it.
Okay. Who's next? Me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I will use Resident Evil again. Go with Codename Veronica. I'm gonna go with Leon. Actually, no. Is it Codename Veronica? No, I believe it's Part 2. I'm sorry. Resident Evil 2. Leon and Claire.
Claire.
Redfield. When I didn't have a PlayStation and I had to play Part 2 off of someone else's PlayStation.
But you did play it.
Yeah, I did play it. I
Okay.
played. I think it was Claire A and maybe Leon
probably
B.
That was mine.
Maybe
I remember
yours,
that.
maybe
I
yours,
had
yeah.
I lent you guys.
But yeah, they were pretty dope together.
I remember when I bought that game, man.
Which is why they need this remake.
But they've been in a
Sorry
lot
about
together though.
What?
They've been in more than one game.
What was the other game they
The
were?
last one, Leon and Claire. Leon and Claire wasn't like the last one, were they?
6?
Leon and Claire.
I
Yeah,
definitely
they're in
saw
six.
Leon.
And 6, it was Leon and some other chick. It wasn't Claire.
It wasn't Claire.
They didn't
yeah.
run. They didn't run into each other.
No.
I don't remember her in that game.
No, she didn't.
Really?
She wasn't in
Yeah.
it.
Also, you could use Leon and Ada also.
Yeah.
They have had a dynamic, and you could agree with this from Code Veronica, Claire and the Leonardo DiCaprio looking motherfucker.
Oh,
Steve.
yeah.
Yeah.
They cut his hair to make him
This
look
is
less like him.
funny.
Remember that?
That shit's funny.
I like that. I like the two of them. That was pretty cool.
He even
they
did
had
the hair
this.
flick.
I think
they
his
had
name
this.
was Steve, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
What the
when
fuck's
when
that?
when he was choking and his
Yo.
hand was like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never
It
fixed
was,
that.
like
did
it was
they?
flicking.
it was a claw.
Did they fix it?
No, they
They
didn't
never
fix
fixed
it. It was
Okay.
terrible.
Okay.
Polygons.
I'll
Polygons.
always remember that scene.
Polygons.
No, but any of those, I always liked Leon and Claire in Part 2. I liked Claire and Steve. I think that was his name with the gold guns. I was actually pretty pissed when he died. Got turned. Spoiler alert.
Damn.
Well, if you
man.
haven't if you haven't played Resident Evil,
Yo, you know
Codename
what?
Veronica, after all this time,
Listen.
fuck you.
Listen. From
all
now
right?
on, everything we're gonna
This
spoil.
shit came out like 20 years ago.
We're gonna
It was
we're gonna
like 20
spoil
years
everything
ago.
that we're talking
right.
about,
That's
man.
like 20 years ago.
Probably like 20 years.
Every-
Like by this time, it's like, come on. Codename Veronica, really? You haven't played it yet?
No one had a
But-
Dreamcast.
But yeah,
Oh, man.
the scene where he fucking dies.
Spoil.
I was actually like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Big
man,
ass spoiler.
I was like, damn, man, that fucking sucks. I was actually pretty pissed off. But yeah, that's what I have for those. 20 years ago.
Shit, man. That was a bomb drop right
Shut
there,
the
man.
fuck up.
No one cares about that guy. We couldn't even know his name. It's not even his name.
Steve.
Steve. No, it was Steve.
Yeah, thank you.
It was Steve.
Steve.
Oh
Alan.
man. All right. Gears of War 2, Dom and Maria.
Who?
From Gears
Who's
of War
Maria?
2.
Who is Maria?
Dom Rodriguez, the guy.
I know
was
Dom. Was Maria his wife?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who?
Remember he gets separated because he had to go to fucking war,
Mm.
and she gets fucking blown up, and it was fucking emotional.
Spoiler.
Wait,
You see it in the commercial. Remember in the trailer for Gears of War
Uh.
2, and he was like this, like all sad and shit, and he was going to war, and then he went down in the fucking tube thing
Mm.
underground,
Mm.
and he was like,
I remember a scene where he like didn't he like find her and like she like
Ghost?
crumbled or she was like
Yes.
a fucking
She got blown-
skeleton or
Yep.
some shit or
"Yep,
and she was in a pod or something,
Yep.
right? Oh yeah, that was
Yeah, that was
that
emotional.
part 2?
huh?"
Part 2? That was right.
Part
That
2.
was two.
That was
Ooh,
2.
Yeah, that was.
That's
ooh.
when you guys spoiled everything for me, and I was like, I'm not playing this anymore.
I was like, ooh,
couple of times.
I'm at a like I don't know if 2. Well, I haven't played 4 yet.
Three's my favorite still.
2 and 3. It's between 2 and 3 for me.
3's my favorite.
But I
Did y'all
haven't.
beat 4 yet?
Almost. We're getting close.
I haven't even played it yet.
We put in some hours last time.
I was really beginning to like that game. Man.
It's good. It's really, really, really fucking good.
Took it a while though.
But three had some battles in there, some
Actually,
gunfights that I was like, this is probably the best one I've played.
3 had some dope
Cliffy
weapons.
B was in charge of those. Cliff Blinsky.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Cliff Blazinski. He did that other.
What was it?
He said that shit like Cosby.
How the fuck do you say his name?
Blinsky.
Bolinsky?
Whatever. This is Cliffy B.
Blazinski, right?
yeah.
But yeah, Cliffy B. That's his name.
But
He had that other game that flopped hard.
big time.
Big time. It was trying
to.
He made a game that was trying to compete with Overwatch, and it fucking bombed hard.
Chill.
It's gone now.
Chill.
Completely.
What was
gone.
it called, man?
It's called Gone.
It's called
Gone.
Nobody Cares because that shit is over.
It's called
Oh
Gone.
man.
But
So
yeah.
you said you got no more games?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. Hold on.
So it's just, all right. So it's me. and
I have like 2.
two more.
Two.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's get it
Look,
on.
this is an obvious one. This is from comic books, but it happened in the game, obviously. Batman and Catwoman.
Okay.
Obviously.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's
Batman
an
and
obvious
Catwoman.
one.
I mean, that's obvious. I mean, really not much to be
Not
said
really,
about
yeah, but
Batman
obviously you
and
know.
Catwoman. I mean, everyone knows the dynamic.
Spoiler.
between
Let me stop.
them. But at least he gets some from her.
It's still an odd pairing.
As dark
Yeah,
as
I know, right?
as dark as Batman is and
He's not
as
a
pissed
thief.
off, he is not. He needs to get his. He still gets his.
He got it from Poison Ivy too.
Yeah, he's still as much as he possibly can before getting sick. She's a walking
know.
STD. He has
I
to
know.
get something from Catwoman.
Yeah, but he's smart, man. He comes up with an
How could you
antidote.
even-
No, you're right. He's got that utility belt, but you have
Yeah,
to wear
man.
it when you.
well, he's
That's
always
true.
got a condom. A bad condom.
Bat condom.
A bat condom. Damn, man. This fucking guy.
And this last one is very old school. Very old school.
No one's gonna know.
If
gonna know
there are
this
gamers out there watching this, y'all need to know
Wow.
Ryu Hayabusa and Irene Liu from the Nintendo Ninja Gaiden
God
1
damn.
through 3. All right? They went through a lot together.
Yes, they did.
Remember, she was like this. What was she like? Some detective agent. Part 1, she like shot him. Yep, shot him in the first scene. He's like, "What's this bitch doing?"
Yo, you
This,
got
this,
me,
that.
man.
And then next thing you know, she gets kidnapped by a Jaquayo that ruined my childhood with that scary face. And then like part 2, it was like official. And then she got stabbed by Ashtar in part 2. No, I'm still going down the line. She gets stabbed. Then you have to like revive her in part 2. Then she like gets killed officially in part 3, I think, or some shit like that.
Spoiler!
No. And then, but she's still alive. And the clone.
Next stage.
Did I mention to you guys that I've never played Ninja
Yes.
Gaiden?
You missed out, man.
Yeah.
That was like the first movie.
That was like the first
never-
series that did the cinemas
Never ever
with the
played it.
words and stuff. It's like
I've
a
seen
comic
it.
book.
I've seen the intros for it. I just never played it.
It's very good.
If
Never
they
done.
remade those today, oh my god.
Yeah.
3D though, gotta do it 3D.
Mm.
Do it 3D. It'd be really fucking cool. But yeah, I had those two as my last for especially because they were like a couple, so you gotta use it for Valentine's Day and shit. You know what I'm
Alright.
saying? Because it's all romantic and they hug at the end
Next.
of every game. Like
Next.
All right, I gotta go through my.
Too much-
I gotta
too
go
much
through my
lovey-dovey.
list. And I know you played this. I know you never played this shit. And this is actually a fucking sleeper hit.
Parappa.
Enslaved. The character named Monkey and Trip.
it's a
Monkey.
fucked up
I hate that name.
That's a fucked
It's
up
a horrible name, but he didn't have a name really.
Goku.
And he was basically named in the game.
Goku.
And he was what?
Goku.
Oh, he had the tail, right?
He had the same story. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's the monkey god.
The monkey guy.
The monkey guy.
Sounds wrong.
I never thought of that comparison.
They be
He
stealing
had the
from
same,
everyone.
the Nimbus cloud, everything. That whole thing, storyline the same.
Ah,
He had a
shit.
staff too,
I never
right?
even thought of that.
Yeah, he did have a staff. That's right.
Damn, I never thought of that.
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy. But I mean, the way they told the story was very different. And what was very, similar to
Prince of Persia.
Yep.
The Persia.
I like the dynamic between the characters. How like if she died, you die, and they were like linked together, and they couldn't be
pick, man.
separated.
I forgot
and
about
shit.
that one.
Were they a couple or were they just like a...
No, well, he was like the whole game. The way they tell the story was awesome. Spoiler alert. You start actually, it's in the demo. You start off the game where you're trapped in the ship, and you don't know what the fuck. You don't know your name. You don't know anything about yourself.
Monkey.
You don't know your past.
That's
you don't
not
even
his name.
You don't even have a name. You don't have a name or
It's not his
character.
real name.
So
fucking horrible.
this chick comes onto the ship, breaks in, and breaks you out of the fucking thing. The ship crashes, and you try to escape, but you can't because you're bound together. Like she's like a bounty hunter or some shit. She's trying to bring you in for whatever, and you have to like go on this quest with her. And
Very underrated
It's
game.
a very underrated. It's very funny, very fun game. Made by the same guys that did the DMC Devil May Cry remake, the reboot.
Okay.
Devil May Cry, same people. Ninja
DMC
Theory.
was dope.
Ninja Theory is a dope ass studio, man. The other game I got here is a game that I know both of you guys haven't played this shit, and you should, because it's a very good game. But even though it's scary, it's very, very good, fun. Dead Space 2, Isaac and Nicole. It's an awesome dynamic.
Really?
Yeah.
wasn't
Awesome
just like a-
characters.
It wasn't just like lonesome in space alone.
Well, the first, all right, the first one is very claustrophobic. I'm a claustrophobic in real life, and the first one is very claustrophobic.
That's why I
And-
beat that one.
The second one is they take everything that was ill about the first one and they expand on it and they add new shit that's like you have to go through different corridors and different things happen. Like
I
it'll
wouldn't
just
have
go
thought
on
they'd be
lockdown and then oh man.
I wouldn't think there'd be a relationship in that.
There was.
I didn't even know there was a woman in there.
Yeah.
No, there was. There
Sure
is.
it wasn't
and
an alien?
And it I
What do
don't
you
want
mean
to
there
spoil
was a woman?
Not a woman.
Ain't not a woman.
I don't want to spoil anything. I highly recommend this game. I really, really recommend playing this.
I've
'cause
always wanted to play
it's-
it.
It's a sleeper hit. It's one of those games. It's like you would never think that would be fucking, would be entertaining and good because it's scary as fuck.
It's funny. though.
I can't fuck.
They
I
dropped the
played
ball
part-
on the third one. I just want to say they dropped
Oh,
the
yeah.
ball on the third
I've
one
heard that.
big time.
I've heard that.
That shit was not. It was Gears of War is basically what it was.
Ah,
It was basic. Like
Stick to the formula, y'all.
I
Stop
played
changing
part
shit.
one.
they changed.
I played
it a lot.
part one just to play part two and never played two.
It's too
Two
scary.
was
I don't like.
amazing.
I don't like the enemies. They're too scary and creepy for me. I don't like that shit.
Two was still good though.
I don't
man.
like that
I
shit.
I actually want to play that again.
Shit freaks me out too much.
Any
Next
others?
game, I got two more. Next game is Gordon and Alex from Half-Life 2.
Half-Life.
Half-Life 2 was a shit.
Fuck
That was the
Half-Life 2.
illest
Ned
fucking game.
Flanders,
It's one of my
overhyped game.
I think it got better in 3.
Oh god, that never came out, man.
No, it never.
Those
never was.
motherfuckers. Those motherfuckers. They came out with Half-Life 2, and then they came out with expansion stories to 2,
It reminds me of Shenmue.
and it just stopped, and they never finished the fucking story. Imagine coming out with an ill story
It reminds me of Shenmue.
and never finishing it.
But they're actually at least working on 3.
Yeah, at least that's coming out.
Yeah.
And that was a dynamic in there too.
Are
wasn't it,
they
right?
working on 3?
He had a girlfriend.
They've been working on 3 for
No
the last
girlfriend.
20 years.
There's
No?
a chick in the third one though. There's
Okay.
a chick in the third one.
Yeah, they've been working on 3 forever.
Yeah.
For like 15 years.
Well,
They've
they're
been
not
working
going
on
to
3.
show anything because
No,
they
no, no.
showed something and everyone killed them.
Yep.
And they're like, all right, it's not ready. Fucking,
Yeah.
we're not showing it.
Fuck it, man.
Because my man's face was
The
like,
Botox face.
yeah,
Like
so
they couldn't
it
move.
wasn't ready. It was ready. For Dreamcast, yeah, it was ready. But I mean, it wasn't ready yet.
So
So
you guys want to see what we got? We just started this yesterday.
Oh,
what do you
my
mean
bad,
you
my
just
bad.
started yesterday?
they're like, no, my bad. We ain't ready. We ain't ready.
And the last game I got here, I don't know if you guys played this, but it's based off of a comic book, The Darkness.
Yep.
I don't know if you played this.
Image
I
comic.
heard of it. I heard
Image
of it.
Yeah.
comic.
Jackie
Tie-in
and Jenny from The Darkness. It was dope.
Did not play the game, but I had the comic.
I got the game. Dope game.
Mafia stuff.
It was dope. No, you had it was fucking ill, man.
Then they gave me part
Tentacles.
2 and it flopped.
The tentacles. I never. You know what's fucked up? I got 2 on
Mhm.
sale. It was like $5. I never played it. I haven't played it yet.
It's cheap.
See, when I think of that
$5.
now, I think of Shadow Warrior. Totally different game.
Shadow Warrior.
Totally different game, but it reminds
Completely
me of that.
different. Actually, no, it is. Cause you get these like tentacles, like you get this demon spirit thing,
Mm.
and you get these tentacles that you could use to attack, and it's actually pretty funny, cause like every enemy has like different things that the tentacles do to each other.
Mm.
So like it'll grab the enemy and like split them in half and shit. It's very bloody,
Damn.
very gory game, but it's very entertaining though.
What happens when you
And
when
they
you
say different things
attack
to
a
you.
chick?
They'll
Oh,
talk.
stop it. I knew you were going to go there. Stop it.
I don't
Tentacle
even wanna
porn
know.
joke.
I don't even
Tentacle
wanna know what
porn
happens.
joke.
Oh, my God.
So is that's all you? Are you?
Jay's
you,
been doing a lot of research.
Seriously.
none of that.
yeah.
Let's move on now, shall we?
yeah.
Is there another game?
No, that's it. That's the end of my list, man.
Creepy and
That's
dark,
all I got.
Mad fast.
All right, so I'm gonna end it on this question. What is the most emotional game that you can think of that comes to mind?
The Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Well, I mean, I think all of us might have.
so I'm
Last
not
of
gonna
Us on
spoil
it.
anything. I'm just asking what's the
No, that's it. That's
Okay.
I mean-
no explanation.
Okay.
I mean, I would. Last of Us, I would say, is obvious.
Yep.
That's the one that
You
comes to
could
mind.
you could agree more than anything. The Resident Evil Episode 1 Resident Evil.
Resident
someone.
Evil.
What the
Episode.
fuck am I
I'm
talking
like,
about? No, I was thinking of Resident Evil.
I don't agree with you, man.
I meant,
The Walking
I'm
Dead.
like, can we agree with you?
remember the part with Barry and the chicken sandwich? No.
The Walking,
The Walking Dead
season one.
Telltale season 1.
Oh,
Obviously,
okay,
Yes.
that is
okay.
a very
That's
that,
definitely
Actually,
up there.
that's
yeah,
a rough
right.
one.
That
That's
was-
Probably is my number one.
Shit, that's a good one.
that's a rough one.
That's a
Yep.
good one, man.
Very rough one.
Those choices you had to make, man.
This is gonna surprise. I was surprised by. This is a recent game that I played, and I've been advocating for the past couple of podcasts. Did a very good job from part 1. Is Evil Within 2.
Yeah.
There was something because Evil Within 1 was very like Dreamcast acting, corny. Like the acting was just
Cheesy.
very like
Cheesy.
whatever.
B-movie.
But
Demon,
but
watch it.
Yeah, but the scary moments were just like, oh shit, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it was
right.
it was a good game, but the acting was just fuck out of here.
B-movie
They
stuff.
really did a great job with the
Presentation, acting.
spoiler alert, I'm not going to reveal anything, but he's looking for his daughter. Okay, and you like the things he goes through and stuff, it makes you like feel for him, especially towards the end of the game. I'm like, oh my god, like this is terrible. I'm like, I feel horrible for this poor guy. There's a lot of shit that goes on that actually that brings you into the story, unlike part 1, because part 1 voice acting was trash, but the guy who played Sebastian did very good voice acting. All the other voice acting for all the characters was very good, and actually like makes you give a damn, especially with the sub characters and everyone's kind of like willing to help out and stuff like that. It did a good job. Did a good job to actually make you give a shit. But
Okay.
I just thought of one now, man. I played this game recently, the Turing Test for the Xbox One.
No one plays that.
That was a dope
the
game,
Turing
man.
test-
It was a
no.
download.
No, it was one of those games where like it's like Braid. You play the game and you have a narrative, like a voice AI that's talking to you.
Yeah. But it makes you
And
think.
when you get to the end of the game, it's everything that you're doing is not what you realize, and then you start questioning and shit, and you start feeling bad for this artificial intelligence because you start believing that this shit's real. It's really good, and also Hellblade. Hellblade's another good one.
Yep. Didn't play it though.
Hellblade's a
I know,
dope
I've
one.
I heard a lot of things about
I'm
Hellblade.
sure it'll be on the list.
Shout out to John Donadio who
Yeah.
played through it and could definitely relate and
That-
give you a play-by-play about what that fucking game
That
is about.
fucking game really,
Absolutely.
as far as emotional, man, that shit really
Don't mess with
you hallucinate. You
Don't
like
mess
you
with
literally like think like you start feel like through the middle of the game. It's a short game, by the way. It's like 8 hours.
That's not short.
That's short.
That's a full game.
That's short, man. They sold it
qualifies
full
as
price.
short.
Well, it's still $20, right?
Yeah.
20 bucks?
30 maybe.
It's a solid game.
So it's a solid game.
It's a solid.
But about halfway,
Good time.
about 4 hours into the game, you start believing that the voices that you're hearing, like, because they recommend that you play with headphones.
It's fucked up.
You start,
They recommend you
You
play
s-
with a loaded gun.
dude, no, but you start believing. You know how like everybody has the inner monologue in their head, like the way that whatever you're thinking, like it just
Nah,
think
man,
it
it's
in your
quiet
head.
in here.
You start believing the fucking voices are in your
over what you're thinking.
over what you're thinking, and you start thinking that shit's
That's
going on
trippy.
in your mind, and it's like, oh shit. So
That-
you walk over there, it's like, don't go over there, go over there, you're gonna die, don't go over there. And then the other voice is
I
like,
would go like this.
the other voice is like,
Fuck this. Headphones are off.
And I'd be like, okay,
go,
fine.
press the button. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck's going
I'd be
on?
like, I was gonna go there anyway.
Yeah,
Shut up.
You be sitting there playing like, shut up.
genius
Walk
way.
walk down the middle of the stream like, all right, I'm just gonna walk away now.
I'm like, I'm done playing this game. Fuck
No,
this
the
shit.
there's also in Evil Within 2, like it there's a guy who one of the first bad guys of the game. He murders people and like in the most brutal way and takes pictures of it.
Oh,
And there's like, and he's like, oh, it's art, this, and that. Yeah, he's like a creepy photographer, and the way they do his character is like, it freaks you out. Like, because there's one part of the game where you're like walking through a corridor looking for him, and then there's walls of pictures of people that he's gutted and stuff like that. Guys, girls, just people that he's killed, and then like it just gets fucking intense. And like, remember when I was playing part 1?
Yeah.
I would have to take breaks. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, I can't. I'm like, this game is really fucked up. I'm like, it fucks your brain up. Like, because there's so much visually. That's why I'm like,
It's immersion. It's
I don't
immersion.
I don't like it when it like graphics are getting so good to the point of like it
Hard
looks
time.
real, and the sounds of the things going on make you sick. So you're like. You hear like the soldiers that are looking for this guy are getting like gutted, and you hear the gutting, and you're just and it's in slow motion. You're just like, oh god, that's fucking disgusting. It's like I can't take shit like that.
You know what?
So the photographer is creepy like the guy and the ice cream guy. the ice cream man in Spawn.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm not,
Peyton.
he doesn't look as grotesque. He looks like a regular dude in the suit with a fucking knife. But I mean,
You know what?
it's really, really like I can't play Evil Within 1 and 2 like too long without getting my brain scrambled.
I wouldn't do it.
There's
It's too much.
I just thought of one now actually. Going with that with the realistic graphics and shit. L.A. Noire. When you get to the because there's different cases and shit.
Yeah.
When you get to the homicide part of the game, there's spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But you get to one part where this girl gets killed, and you have to investigate.
She's
and
a naked body, right?
You see you see the body, and you have to like investigate the body. Like
Yeah.
you go through her fucking, you turn her head and shit, and it's
so
immersive.
I saw Mikey B's.
That shit feels fucking
he was
real.
playing it. Yeah, it was.
You start questioning the fucking the parents, and you start like, dude, you start feeling bad. Like this is a game.
No, some of
this
these
is not
games
real.
are getting to a point where it's like
Yeah.
this is emotionally exhausting. Man.
Yeah, man.
And it's good though.
Yeah,
It's good because I like games to do that. But it's like, oh my god, I'm fucking tired.
Speaking of which,
What's up?
there's a game I was thinking of that tried to hit the emotional level of something that should be done now because it would be done better.
Failed.
It didn't fail, but it could be done so much better now. Heavy Rain.
Oh,
Heavy Rain and the emotional feeling that they wanted you to feel in that.
Jason.
It could be done. It could be, yeah.
Jason.
Was ruined by certain things in that
Yeah.
game, but they could do it so much better now, especially
Yeah.
with the facial expressions.
Jason!
Shut up.
Beyond,
Right here. Right here.
Beyond Two Souls is another one, right?
Didn't play it.
That one
play
I
it.
played, and they tried the same thing so along the same lines of.
I wanna
Like
put
they tried so much, and they had good actors. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
acting was really well done, but
It was just too ahead of its time. at
it
the
was
moment.
ahead of its time. But the story, I think it fell off. Like it started off good.
Mm.
The first couple of hours of the game,
The
you're-
Indigo Prophecy.
you're-
The Indigo Prophecy.
you know what it was though? It
that
was
started awesome too.
It started awesome, but what they did was they jumped timelines randomly.
The shark.
No, they jump timelines. It's like you start off with while she's a little girl, and then you jump fucking 20 years later, and
Yep.
she's like an adult fighting in a war, and then you jump backwards, and then you're a
They fucked it
teenager,
up.
and then you just it was just weird, like
It was
hard
just
to
too
put
jumbled.
everything together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I
it
would like
wasn't
to
a
see-
bad game. It wasn't terrible, but it like
I would have liked to see Heavy Rain. I want to see what they do with Detroit, the new one.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
that-
I
if
can't
it
wait
actual
for that.
if it actually comes out.
yeah.
You know, what helps out a lot because I'm glad you brought up facial expressions because when I was playing Uncharted Lost Legacy, when they're talking,
Yeah.
and the emotion, you see the emotion in the faces,
Yes.
Yeah.
and whatever they say, rather than just being blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
get more emotion from when they're talking
yeah,
about a
the immersion.
story,
Yeah.
and you get more invested in the story, and you're like, oh my god, that person looks like they're about to break down,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it
And they've
It
they've
adds.
come a long way.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it engrosses you more in certain scenes because like back in the day, you can't really if you're trying to get through an emotional scene.
But when they put the little tear bubble, that made you feel like they're about to cry.
Yeah.
Old role players, they used to
Yeah.
do some stuff, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, they're shaking. And it would kind of work.
Like, oh shit, stubby ass legs.
It's like it must
Yeah.
be cold on this mountain. It's dumb, but it worked.
No, if you the more they portray emotion in the faces, especially in the faces, especially the eyes, if they like begin to water up and like the quivering and stuff like that, it's like, oh shit, this is a fucking tough part, It's like,
Yeah.
and then it's just like, oh fuck, I'm playing this, I'm already invested. Fuck, oh shit, am I tearing? It's
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
oh, it's
Yeah.
like, oh no.
Few and far between games
No,
that made me do that.
no,
but I
it's-
have two. I have two. You said one already. So, Telltale, Walking Dead Season 1, definitely there.
That was rough. That
But
was really rough.
That's probably my number one
That sucked.
by far.
I mean, in
but-
terms of watching that, I was like, that sucked.
Right.
But, like I was saying earlier, Nier Automata, that has
That's some shit in there too.
Really?
it's very odd because if you just played it through the first time, you don't really feel much. Like there's just some weird stuff they do in it, and it's some stuff about AI and how the robots feel like they're trying to be human,
Yeah.
but you know that they're robots,
Yeah.
and they're like remember I told you part with the robots like brother,
Yeah,
brother,
yeah,
brother,
yeah.
the stupid stuff like that. But then they get to a point where it gets more real, and you feel for them, like
Yeah.
oh my kids are robots, but they feel like they're children.
Yeah.
But I'm like, they're not gonna grow. They're stupid because they're like, we've had this. There's been a baby robot here for 100 years.
Yeah.
It's not gonna ever grow because they're not building with it because
Right.
it's just a robot. But
Same.
they feel like it's a baby, and they feel like they're human.
Yep.
But there's certain things they do as you play, as you get deeper and deeper into the story that really make you be like, man, I feel awful.
It's like now you're pulling certain strings in my head. And I don't like that. It's
because,
goddamn.
because there aren't any humans in the game.
It makes you want.
you're
It
an
makes you
android.
question what human.
Yeah, you're an
is.
android,
But that's
but
cool.
they're
though.
robots, and they're like, these things are fake. But
Yeah.
I'm an android, and I'm fake.
That's what the Turing test does.
It's
But
weird.
the
They
cool
said-
thing is that's the cool part is that like games are like putting you in scenarios obviously that
Yeah.
aren't existing. Like what would you do or
Yeah.
how would you feel
I
if
felt-
you were this person? And that's
Well,
how you put
my
someone
mouth
in the
was-
character's shoes.
Yeah.
Which is what's
They
supposed
did
to do.
it. They did it in the Turing test. They actually give you a test, and they give you. They say, if you give a person an inanimate object like this mouse right here, this is not alive. This
might
is
be.
this is
Well,
an object,
it
right?
depends.
And if you ask somebody, here's a mallet,
Mm.
I'm gonna give you this object, hit it with the mallet and break it. Can you do that? Yes, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But if you give this thing a name and you say this is Sally,
Herman.
Herman,
I
whatever,
like Herman.
right? You give them a name,
Herman
and then you
Mouse.
give somebody a hammer, and then you try to, and you have to do this shit in the game, and it's like you kind of feel bad, and you don't know why.
I just killed Herman.
All you did is give it a name, and it's like you kind of humanized it by just and it starts making you question like, what does it mean to be human?
Yeah.
And
And that's exactly what they
it's
did in
fucking
here.
crazy. And
They-
it's like
they
you're like,
humanized-
oh, you feel bad that you did that shit.
They humanized my robots. man.
Yeah.
And I was like, because it gives you a choice. It says,
Right.
kill
Yeah.
this thing.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm like, nah,
yeah.
that's my boy. Like, I'm not
Right.
killing him.
Yep.
He's cool. I can't kill this robot, but
It's
he's
fucked
a
up.
person to me.
Yep.
And like, there's other things in there. Like they give, like say a robot has a hat.
Yep.
So, something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh yeah, she's got a hat. She thinks she's cute or whatever.
Take that hat.
No, but then you see later on stuff happens, and you're like, oh, that's the one with the hat. No, like it gives you something to think of it as other
Yeah.
than just like a piece of metal.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I had to find a robot that was lost. He's like, well, I'm scared. I'm stuck out here. Where's my sister? And I'm like, I got you, man. Come
But
on.
you're a robot.
We're going to take you all the way back home. But then they hit you with some stuff, and I'm like, nah, I can't. My mouth is open like, what is going on? What is just what happened? So, yeah, it's up to
That's
that
cool.
point where emotion can be taken very literally in these games,
Mm-hmm.
and they can make you feel things. And this is art.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say.
Oh,
Video
yeah.
games is art.
Yeah, no, it is.
Because
No, it
it's
is.
just like a movie. It's just like a painting. You can interpret it different ways. It's a story. It's art.
No, it is.
It's like entertainment.
Yeah,
it's a
it's-
different form of entertainment, like movie, like music, like anything else.
yeah, it's stuff
just
that
Just
another
because you
form.
can control it, it's still a narrative.
Stuff that gets you, put you in the shoes of whoever the person is that you're playing as, and it gets you to feel certain things that you didn't know that you were gonna start feeling in certain
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah.
It's art. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
That's
Open
what
world
it
And
games,
is.
just like
and
in-
board games, like that's not. those aren't really art.
No,
unless you
there
have,
is. I mean, it's just
No, if you have
it's
a
all how
narrative.
you look at it.
if you have a narrative.
You
If
can
you
have a
do whatever
narrative.
you want. and say,
Dungeons
oh,
and Dragons is a board, a board game, and it has a narrative, and you have
no,
characters.
it has a
and-
narrative. Yes, if it has a narrative. I'm saying
But-
Monopoly you can't get that.
But yeah,
emotion.
no, but just like,
He's like,
just,
no.
but it's the
When
same
you
thing.
lose your money, you get.
But it's the same with video
It was
games
real
too.
money.
Like like Tetris has no narrative. It's just a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
can be, and just like movies, like there's stupid
I mean,
movies.
it's a form of.
There's like-
each game is a form of art.
It's
you know?
it's a form
Each
of
one.
entertainment
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
can it have a narrative? Yes.
It's to the
It
point
doesn't
where
have to have it,
it
but
can make you cry now.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's it.
it's on that level.
It's cinematic
It's
now.
on that level.
It's cinematic now, which is crazy.
So if you are playing with your girl, don't be afraid to get all teary-eyed because it might happen. You're like, no, it's
Or
nothing.
just
I'm
tell
not,
her to leave the room,
I'm
Yeah.
not doing anything. I gotta,
And suck it up.
or let her. She'll probably cry, especially
Yeah.
if it's like
Oh, yeah.
Last of Us and like
Final Fantasy 7. I mean, people get emotional about that. I don't.
What?
But
Final Fantasy 7?
Yeah,
what
that was like one of the first
Those-
emotional games for kids
Oh
because
man.
that was their first game.
with the Sephiroth
So, I don't
thing.
know. So yeah, but it wasn't.
But the thing is, facial expression.
Yeah, if they did it over,
Yeah, no, facial expression and all
You're
that
just reading
stuff.
dialogue, man.
Yeah,
How's it?
and blocks.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I
that-
mean, they had
polygons.
cinemas.
No.
No, they had cinemas, but it was not. They didn't do the story right. You got to do the story correct.
well,
I have to care about the
You know
character.
what? Oh, I know that we're trying to close up, but it just made me remember something.
Hmm.
One of the, I'm tired of saying spoiler alert. If you're watching this fucking thing, you know we're gonna still ruin a bunch
Obviously.
of shit. This is
I
an
haven't
old. This is
ruined
an old
anything.
game. This is an old
you know,
game. I'm talking about Phantasy Star 2.
You got a lot of editing to do.
Phantasy Star 2.
Nia.
Right.
Yeah, when Nia was the second main character of the game, you play. It's not really halfway through the game when you play. It's just like the first big thing that you go through. You fight this Nia first, which is basically a creation of her, and if one of them dies, they both die. You don't realize that.
Right.
You kill her, and then just like next thing you know, there's a little cinema, and it shows Nia, dead, blah blah. And it's just like, all right, whatever. I can revive her. You're looking for items and shit. Like,
Nope.
no, they even sell better weapons for her later on, and she does not come back.
To remind you.
So it's like a harsh reality. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, she's dead?
That was one of the first games that really.
I
put
was
it.
like,
yeah.
She's not coming back.
so she's gone. I'm like, she's gone.
You put it in the game. You
game.
can
Not
cheat.
coming back.
Put it
But
in
you
the
can
game,
cheat and
game
put her in.
Genie and bring her back.
But it was like the first hit home thing, like a main character that you like is gone.
Not
and
coming
they're
back.
not coming back. And they had
Yeah.
a cinema of her with her eyes closed, and
Damn.
good artwork that they had, and just like,
But how many people are gonna actually say Fantasy Star 2 is when they first did that? Because they're gonna say
I mean,
Final Fantasy 7 is the first to do that. I guarantee.
well, I mean, it
But it's
definitely was.
years before.
Yeah, definitely years before. Phantasy Star 2 was probably maybe one of the first times that I remember.
was it 80? What 80? No, 90.
89 maybe.
It's for Genesis, so it had to
Genesis.
be 91 or 2.
Yeah, it was pretty long time ago, and that I remember that, and I was like, that was probably one of the more traumatizing moments that when I was playing the game, and I'm like,
Couldn't bring it back.
yeah, no, like, oh, that person is officially gone.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, this.
That's why I don't play strategy games. When you die, when you kill them and they can't come back, I'm like, no.
Fire
my favorite.
Emblem. I'm like,
Permadeath.
reset. Fuck the
Speaking
permadeath.
of
Permadeath.
Reset that
Speaking
shit.
I don't
Valkyrie-
fuck with that,
Valkyrie-
man. I turn
Valkyrie
that shit
Chronicles.
off.
What?
Valkyrie Chronicles, I had that. I was like, no.
Oh
Nah.
no!
I don't
Everyone's
play
getting
this.
saved. Everyone's getting saved in Valkyrie Chronicles.
Yo.
Fuck that.
But you can't say more. And that's why I was like, no.
If I have
I
the
can't play
option, I
this.
Yo,
turn that
if,
shit off.
if Aiko or V's is going down, I'm sending the medic to go get them.
I'll send them to death. They'll come back.
I save Look at my stream. I save everybody. All right, no one's dead.
Wow.
And if you see them die, you know I'm gonna shut the game off.
No, I do save them. I can't let them die. Like
Hell
for
no,
real.
not the cool characters, man.
Nah.
And everyone who sucks, I don't put in my squad.
So
Can't wait.
that's all we got, huh?
Can't wait for part 4, man.
That's our Valentine's Day special. I hope you guys and gals enjoyed that.
Yeah, if we missed out on anything, any couples in video games,
Yeah.
they don't have to be romantically involved. Please leave it in the comments.
That's right.
Be sure to get on the YouTube. Be sure to subscribe.
I think they get it.
Like.
Yeah, right.
Get on the Twitch. Get on the Twitter. And guess what?
Yeah.
Facebook.
You know what though? Also be on the lookout for Alg857's My Take videos coming soon. I'm working on a bunch of them. I'm still in the loop, y'all. I might not stream, but I'm still making videos. so
will stream eventually.
not yet.
I gotta get to making a video too.
Oh,
Yeah.
be on the
No, well,
lookout.
I got that.
Be on the lookout for a 23rd Stallion Retro Respect
Oh,
Really?
okay.
coming soon.
Really?
I ain't gonna tell you what
Oh,
it
This
is.
is
though.
news to me.
Oh,
Yep,
shit.
That's right. I've been.
No, I knew about it.
Actually, been thinking about it for a while, but I gotta get it done.
All right.
I know you told me about it before.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Till next time.
Time for some wings. One of these days, we gotta bring wings to the podcast. Actually, that's a bad idea because we'd be eating and chewing on microphones.
actually,
So
yeah,
that's
that's
bad
a
idea.
horrible idea.